Hi, Tony here. Look, I know how frustrating it can feel when your growth depends on things that you don't fully control. So I've put together this quick 5-minute breakdown to show you how companies like yours are moving from unpredictable revenue to installing permanent sales operating systems that grow quarter after quarter without relying on outside help, star performers, or a good dose of luck. And what we found is that many companies are renting the revenue instead of owning it. And the pattern's always the same. You invest time and money to grow your sales. Some results happen, but nothing really seems to compound. And then you're back to square one every few months. And it's that cycle that led me to build Sales OS, the sales operating system, which is designed to make growth measurable and repeatable. And it solves three fundamental blockers to predictable revenue. First, not enough qualified leads. 1 month's busy, the next is quiet. It's the classic revenue roller coaster. And then second, inconsistent closing rates. Too much time chasing suspects who were never going to buy in the first place. And then thirdly, leverage. Everything depends on individual effort rather than systems that scale. And what's actually needed isn't another campaign, another tool, or a reactive sales hire. It's three self-sustaining systems that you control and that compound over time. First, a predictable lead engine that brings in qualified prospects on autopilot. Next, a conversion system that turns conversations into revenue. And then finally, scaling infrastructure so that growth is predictable. And having all three baked into your business and owned by you means that you're in control. Now, so here's what it looks like in practice. First of all, we'll build a pipeline engine that attracts and qualifies the buyers and guides them step by step to a call where they're already pre-sold, and that frees up your time and that of your team to focus on closing more deals, not chasing cold leads. Because you're likely time poor, we'll build in high levels of automation, again, to make sure that you're focusing on doing the right things. And finally, we'll build a predictable sales model, one that tells you practically down to the hour what activities and behaviors you and your team need to be doing to hit your revenue targets. So no more guessing where the next sale is coming from. Next, we'll build out your conversion system. We'll install a sales methodology that fits with your organization. And if you've got one in place, well, we'll maximize its effectiveness to ensure that your win rates are consistent and climbing. Then we'll create playbooks, talk tracks, process maps to shorten your sales cycles. And we'll also train and coach you and your team on your conversion system. Finally, the scaling system. We'll use AI to give you true leverage. We'll make sure that you've got the right people in the right seats to make the system work, and automation to build consistency so that your growth isn't tied to you or your time. And the result? Well, it's a permanent system that you own, and it keeps delivering long after we're gone. And here's how it works. It starts with a 45-minute blueprint call to map out your current state and your revenue goals. Then over the next 7 days, we'll design your bespoke system, your lead generation architecture, your sales process, and your scaling infrastructure. And then on day 7, we'll come back together and we'll present your blueprint, fully documented and ready to deploy. And if you want us to install it, great. You'll still have the complete map to do it yourself. Either way, you win. And we've done it for companies like Aruga Cyber, who closed a 6-figure deal within 5 weeks, Bitnamic, who scaled from 5 to over 100 with staff in the UK and the US, and data consultancy Oakland that literally added a 0 to the revenue. And finally, Fuzzy Labs, who paid for their entire engagement with the first deal that they won. So the offer is really simple. We'll design your complete system at no cost to you. Your lead generation engine, your conversion frameworks, and your scaling infrastructure, all delivered in 7 days and yours to keep. So if it makes sense, let's map out what this could look like for you. And in 45 minutes, we'll really dig in to understand what you need to do to hit your sales targets. So it really comes down to this. You can keep renting your revenue from agencies and quick fixes, or you can own a permanent, professionally built sales operating system that grows with you. Look, any questions, please get in touch, and I look forward to meeting you.